Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to go and hunt out a mid-level monster for a brand new updated drop rate. So we're going to go and visit Bloodvelds. Recently with the farming and game jam update post, they have added congealed blood onto the Bloodvelds drop table. So congealed blood is something we've been talking about an awful lot, especially on Market Watch, and sort of highlighted that it's a very expensive secondary due to volume coming into the game. With the demand of the Super Necromancer potions, the amount of congealed blood coming in just wasn't enough, which meant the price kept rising. Now, with the fact that this has been added onto the Bloodveld drop table, it's now made Bloodveld a, I hope, worthwhile Slayer monster to go and attack, and can for a little bit of XP and GP as well. But what we're going to be doing in this video is to see how much you can make in an hour of Bloodveld. Near the Blood Altar in Meredith, there is the Meredith Bloodvelds. You can actually cannon in that spot where you can't in the Slayer Tower. In terms of what we're going to do for this video, just your standard melee gear. I'm just taking Masterwork, Spring Cleaner, the Demon Horn necklace so we can get Infinite Prayer, 2 Aggression Overloads and a Bunyip. And we've just got the Gem Bag and Herb Bag just in case as well for that. Now, if you are a mid to low level and you are interested in doing Bloodvelds more consistently for your Slayer tasks, we do actually have access to have these forced through one of the Slayer masks. There is actually a Slayer mask for Bloodveld. Now, if you haven't got it in your bank, one thing I would highly recommend first before going to go and do things like Shattered Worlds, just check your bank because Diango might be holding it. It's the Mask of Crimson, so you can just pay the fee of 7.5k to have this back. Now, what this does, it gives you the ability to force a task. So if you use this mask while talking to a Slayer Master, you have the ability to go and basically say, I want a Mask of Crimson, and you can basically say, I want a Bloodveld task. We'll show you how to do it anyway. So it's Mask of Crimson. Where is it? Yes, it's there. And you can force yourself to get a task. So we'll just go real quick to go and grab one. So go to Lanika, and what you need to do is make sure you're equipped with the mask. Wear the mask when you go to the Slayer Master. We'll just cancel whatever I had last. Oh, we're done. That's nice. So if you go and get a task, it gives you the ability if the Slayer Master actually does it. So we're going to have to go to Curadel. So we'll go to Curadel. So we'll have to cancel whatever we got given. And then if you go and speak to the Master, providing they actually do it, 212, and it gives us the ability to do it once per day as well. So 212 Bloodvelds is what we're going to go do. Now, really quickly, with the mask as well, you can teleport into basically wherever they are. So we can actually go to the labs first, just go and test it out and see if it's worthwhile. The mask actually gives you a 1 in 10 chance to get double loot. I'm not going to do it for this video because I think it's going to affect the results in how well we do in terms of this. But I'm just going to kill a couple of these mutated Bloodvelds first, just see if they do drop congealed blood. If they do, I'm going to go and grab a cannon because it's going to be way easier to camp this for an hour and more of a chance for us to make more GP because you're just going to be able to get the complete range of monsters to come get it as well. Now there we go, 11 congealed blood, which is actually wild how expensive that is. So we're going to go get a cannon. We're going to skip Canathis, even though Canathis would still be as good as what the Meredith ones are. The only reason I'm going to go for Meredith is because it has access to a cannon spot, so you will just naturally get more kills per hour. Now, the important reason, and basically why we're doing this video, is the price of congealed blood. Now, I imagine it's gone down a little bit because, again, a lot more is going to come into the game. But currently valued at 3.7k is congealed blood. I need some coins, and this is what happens when I try and make a video where I see how much GP we're going to get from it. Congealed blood is going to come in at a price of 3,000 coins. So at the minute, it is quite below its actual normal price. It dips quite heavily. Again, that would be because people have started to kill Bloodvelds and stuff. But let's go and see in terms of how much GP per hour it's going to make. I'm going to go and put the mask in the bank because I don't really want to affect that making his GP per hour. Again, if you are happy enough to use your Spirits of Battle to reset your mask, because after 1,000 kills, it then becomes its final form. But if you want to reset it, you can use Spirit of Battle. I think they're better off being used as Dagonoth Kings, but if you wanted to do that, you can. I'm actually going to use it, though, to teleport back to the monsters. But we're not going to wield it. We'll keep it in the info. Actually, I'll destroy it just so you believe me. Right, so let's go and get the cannon going, and let's just see how much GP per hour we can make by killing Bloodvelds for an hour and seeing what the price of congealed blood is. Now, with congealed blood now being 3k each, we're going to have to rack up an awful lot per hour. Like, you'll need to get 1,000 congealed blood per hour just to make 3 mil, which nowadays, not sure if it's worth it. But again, it's an interesting little experiment. We like going to do stuff like this. We'll go and do this with Grapevines as well, because the brand new Grapevines will be, I'm sure, dropped by some form of Slayer creature. So let's go and do an hour or 2 overloads worth. Let's see how we get on, and we'll come back with the results very, very soon. So I've just drank my 5th dose of overload, and to say I'm surprised is an understatement. We have collected 1.5k congealed blood. Now for that 5 doses or 20 minutes, what I've basically been doing is using the cannon. I've used 1.5k cannonballs, which means you're going to roughly use about 4.5k per hour. What I'm going to have a quick look at now is to see if I just survived off an aggro overload, would that massively impact the kills or how much congealed blood I'm going to see. So I think the rest of the overloads will be a pretty good test. 1.5k is a nice number to work off as well. So once we finish the full hour, also which I'm tracking with the aura, we'll be able to sort of say this is how much we've made. I have noticed though, since I finished the task, I probably did the task in 15 minutes, I was up to about 1,000 congealed blood. It seems that the congealed blood drops have got lesser since I've finished the task, but we'll see by the end of the time as well, see where we currently are. We're getting a lot of Wargali seeds as well, so if you're an Iron Man or a group Iron Man looking for that, these are very good for this. Also not too bad for the Stone Spirits either, if you are needing them, especially the Rune one. They seem to be pretty decent, and they're actually 2k each, so they're actually worthwhile picking up. The others, meh, but I thought I may as well do it just for a more comprehensive video. However, we're going to finish the rest of this, see how we go on, and then we'll come back later on for a price check and let you guys know roughly how much we're making per hour. Although without the cannon, it is noticeable already how many kills less we are getting currently, and the cannon's DPS as well. They were spawning and dying so quick, and it's had a dramatic sort of dip off on how well we were doing. But we'll let you know when we finish the aura how much congealed blood we currently are at, and just how good it's been for the last 40 minutes. So we'll report back as soon as we are done. So we've done 20 minutes since the last stint. We've only got 700 congealed blood. So for the sake of science, what I'm going to do is just teleport to Curado really quickly, and I can get back for the Wicked Hood, which takes me to the Blood Altar there. I'm going to go and force a task very quickly of Bloodvelds, and then we can see from 2251 just how much we can get in hopefully about 15 minutes. I'm also going to buy some more cannonballs as well, and I'll just see like if that really does bump the rate up. So a final 15 minutes of that. Cannonballs generally about 2k. We've already used 1.5k, so remember that as well, because we'll have to take the cannonball price away from these at the end. So if we go to Curado, and hopefully we get a nice little prop. There we go. We can pick Bloodvelds. And then we're just going to grab Wicked Hood, which I should have grabbed while we're there, but you know, you learn. And then if you don't have the mask, even though I'd highly recommend you to like get the mask, double XP's coming up very soon as well, so you can actually go and buy the Slayer Helms. Should buy them anyway because they are all so overpowered. If you teleport to the Blood Rune with your Wicked Hood, basically you just need to just run around a little bit. So we're just over there. Yeah, not too far. The mask is nice because it teleports right there. Failing that, you can just use the teleport. We're going to have about 15 minutes left, which is going to be nice, just to see how much more we get. I do feel like you get a lot more when you're on task, and I feel like you get a lot more kills as well when you're using the cannon. Yes, the cannon's expensive, and you could 100% do it with a aggression overload, and they'll definitely like not putting me out of combat, but the sheer radius, like the cannon gets you in combat quicker. It's hitting decent damage. Like there's just hit 2k. I don't know. We'll see if I'm right or wrong when we get back to it. So 15 minutes left on the aura. We'll go to the end, and that'll be a full hour we've done. We're up to 2.2k congealed blood at the minute, which is 6 mil in the price we price checked at. Let's see if we can crack in another 1,000 in this last 15 minutes, and we can see how we go. But we are on a task now. We have got the cannon. Let's see how quick we can rack up this. So just wrapping up that final minute, and yeah, we roughly got about 750 congealed blood in that 15-minute section, which kind of rounds out roughly where it was. I think that first stint of like 15-20 minutes, I got really lucky, but we're wrapping up at about 3,000 congealed blood for an hour of Umu. So we're going to end up at about 3,000 congealed blood for the full hour of mutated Bloodvelds. Again, pretty decent. Once we throw in the Grand Exchange, it's going to be roughly about like 9-ish mil. We have used about 2.5k cannonballs though, which is going to come at a price of about 1.4k each. So we've probably used about 3 mil-ish, maybe a little bit more. We'll find out at the Grand Exchange. I've left them 5 congealed blood, but it is what it is. I'm going to throw these in the Grand Exchange to sell. I can't remember what the price was before, but I know it's a bit under mid. Yeah, just over 3,000 coins. And I'd say once we've added about a quarter of that price on, it's 3.5 mil we've lost in cannonballs. So cannonballs are a bit steep. Maybe it might be worth just doing it with aggression overloads. And once using that cannon for the second stint, it just makes it easy for it to AFK, really. I think if you're using the aggression potions, they will still become aggressive and they will still like attack you as well. So don't think it's going to massively like ruin your kills per hour. I still think you'll do less. Obviously you'll do less because you're not getting the bonus from the cannon. But 9 mil there, take away sort of 3 mil for the cannonballs, 6 mil per hour, and then there's a few little drops they have as well, which is beneficial. So we've got things like the Wagali seeds, which once we throw them in, they're 262k, they're not bad. The Runestone spirits as well, once they're in, they're 400k. So they do have a few things which add up a little bit as well, which can chip against your cost for your cannonballs. So like the stone spirits actually do make it to a decent-ish 1 mil in other drops, and you probably would have made that a mil once you've got a couple of alcohols as well. They do drop some rune items as well, which the spring cleaner would have picked up on. So yeah, with the congealed blood, 10 mil per hour, but then I've taken about 3.5 mil off for cannonballs. Definitely a very valid low level moneymaker as well. I imagine Canopus will be just as good. Canopus will probably be a better spot if you're just using the aggression overloads. I think they're a bit more clustered in that main room in Canopus compared to the labs. The labs, you can still quite happily do an aggression overload and AFK away. I just think if you want the pure, easy AFK life, the cannon does come in and it is better as well. However, I use 2.5k cannonballs with like a 15-20 minute period of just using aggression overload. So you're probably going to do a bit more on the cannonballs. Yes, you'll probably get some more drops, some more stone spirits and stuff, but you'll probably chip a little bit more in that profit. I'd say if you did a full hour of cannonballs, you're probably going to make about 5 mil per hour, which, don't get me wrong, 5 mil per hour for what is a very, very hard AFK is a pretty decent way to make money, especially if you've got a mid-level looking to train up at the minute. For me, I'm just thinking about 7-day bond now. 7-day bond needs to sort of like train and AFK and make a little bit of money. It's a very good way to get some decent XP while getting a nice chunk of change on the side as well. Obviously, you want to make sure you're picking up all stuff like stone spirits, obviously the congealed blood, the seeds as well. There's probably some seeds I've burned with Xenocide, which would have made me less money. But yeah, it's very good in a minute. It's a very good time to do Bloodvelds. Obviously, congealed blood, now it's going to be coming into the game in a bigger sort of form. Will keep going down for the time being. So if you're looking to do something nice and FK, make a little bit of profit with it, now is the best time to jump in and do them. However, I'm going to wrap that video up. 5 to sort of 7 mil per hour, depending on price and stuff. Whether congealed blood wants to bounce as well, that will mean that Bloodvelds are even better. Decent mid-level moneymaker, actually. Really surprised. Didn't think it'd be as good as it was. Once I got like the first job, I thought this is going to be like a 2 to 3 mil moneymaker per hour, but a lot better than what I thought. However, that is going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.